day 10. So the plan is I am going to put a new rad in. It's 3-core. That's a big fat fucker. And the reason I did that is because last weekend I went up into the hills with my daughter and one of her friends to give the car a bit of a going over, I should say. And she started overheating going up the hill, so we had to turn around and come back. When I was in the process of getting the car ready for registration, I took the radiator out to put in a thermostat controller, because the guy who sold it to me had actually wired it straight up to the ignition, so as soon as you turn the car on, thermo fans came on. So when I was doing that, I actually noticed that the radiator was fairly deteriorated, and I came to the conclusion that that is probably the problem. So hence the reason I bought another rad for it. The other thing that rocked up is the BOV. So she's a Greddy Atmo with a Skyline adapter, and also a rolled-on adapter for when I eventually put the intercooler in, I'll be able to stick it straight onto the pipe. So I'm going to give this a go. I will take it back out. Now the reason I'm going to give it a go is when I had my 32, it used to stall when I had an Atmo BOV on it, so I had to get a hybrid, so I vented back into the intake as well as to Atmo. So I wanted to see if the 33 does exactly the same. From what I remember, I don't think they do, so we should be alright with that, but I want to give it a go anyway. So that's the plan, is to do the rad, put the BOV in. There we go. Now, I have noticed that that is really thick. I have a feeling this is not going to fit. So we shall see. Might have to do a little bit of rerouting, but hopefully it goes painless. Let's give it a go. Just what I thought. Power steering. That's pretty big. Okay, let's see. Options. What I might try is I'll undo this banjo bolt and I will spin this over to there. So hopefully it might give me a little bit of room. I need half that pipe's width to get in there. The rest should be alright. So I'll give that a spin. Well, this has been a lot of fun. So I did move this bracket here, or the banjo bolt. I'll just put it on the other side of this bracket, as you can see there. I had to put a small kink in it to get it away from the pulley down the bottom. I also had to push these aircon lines over to give me some clearance in here. Now the problem I have is she's rubbing on the pulley right there, but what I am going to do is there's quite a gap here. So I'm going to see what I can do about getting or pushing this in this way a little bit more. And as you can see, hopefully you can catch it on camera, it just needs a bee's dick. It doesn't need much at all to be off that pulley. There we go. So I just need to get this in maybe about another 5mm, and I should have the clearance off the pulley. But everywhere else I have clearance, so it will fit. I'm just going to have to massage it a little bit. So I'll be right back after I've done that, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get it in. Okay, I'm really not happy about this gap. Basically what's going to happen is it's going to draw air through this whole entire gap around here. It's not good. So what I've thought about doing is remove these brackets from this panel and this one off this panel here, and then I will set it in there and then make up my own brackets to come off here onto there and off here onto there. That way I can get rid of this gap, put a foam seal around it, and that will give me more than enough room. It's not really well thought out. That's probably why. Got to expect that with this. It was fairly cheap, but I wasn't expecting to have this many issues with it. So a little bit of fettling and I think I'll have it. So what I'm going to do is I'll take this shroud off. I won't have to do much else. I'll grind these welds off and then probably just use some screws onto here with my own brackets, or utilize these another way. This one could be a bit tricky because it's very close to the thermofan there, but I'll mess around with that. I'll put you on time lapse and we'll see how we go. Okay, this has come to a halt. I was fapping around with other brackets and stuff like that, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to chance anything. So what I've done is I have modified these to make sure that they actually fit in. And my brother-in-law works for a rad mob, and I've just called him and he's going to weld all this up so that it's done properly using the original brackets. So I'll have to drop that off to him during the week, and this will be hopefully done on the next day. But yeah, this has come to a grinding halt. I'm going to take all the plastic off, everything else that's going to be affected by heat, including the strip that I've just put on, and then I'm going to give the blow off valve a go. But for now, this is it for now. So on to the next one. Okay, the rad's back in, but I found out this thermofan's not working. I put that connector over onto this fan and it was working. So it's not the unit, there is power going to it. There is just no power, or this fan just is not working, so it's a dud. That's probably why she overheated. But the 3-core rad was in the works anyway, so yeah, whatever. So for now, I'm only going to be driving local, so it'll be okay for now. So the blow-off valve's in. It's just temporary for now because I'm not going to keep it in yet. I just wanted to make sure that it was okay and the vehicle didn't stall out. So with my 32, you flip the throttle, and then as the idle came down, it would just stall out. So we'll see if this does the same. Alright, well, that didn't stall, so that's good. So that's pretty much me done for the day. What I will be doing now is I'll put that back on, and then when I'm ready I will adjust that. There is some manual adjustment you can do to it to get it to work properly or how you want it to. So I will do that at a later stage, but for now I'm going to put the old recycle valve back on, and that's it, done for the day. So yeah, day 10 done. I'll see you on day 11. Ciao.